fly ball. That get through? It had to. It sounded super light. Yeah.
All right, folks, the course we are discussing today is Karsten Creek. It is number 48 in Golf Magazine's top 100 courses you can play. It's located down in Stillwater. It is the host course for the Oklahoma State University. Yes, you can play it. It's just not the easiest thing to get to. We flew into Oklahoma City. It's about an hour north of there, just west of campus. The course gets its name from its main donor, Karsten Solheim. You probably recognize him as the founder of Ping, but he was the man who cut the first check here. He's invested more than $4 million in the facilities ever since. The story begins, though, with Mike Holder. He is the golf coach for over 30 years at Oklahoma State. He's the athletic director now. And what he wanted was basically the toughest golf course that you could imagine. So he enlisted Tom Fazio, and now more than 25 years later, yeah, I can agree. It is one of the toughest golf courses I've ever played. When we played it in the middle of May, the men's team had just hosted a regional tournament for the NCAA championship, which they won by 14 strokes. But when you're at Karsten Creek, it's basically impossible to think about anything but the golf program out there. Like, that Cowboy golf logo is everywhere. It's on polos, it's on golf tees, on golf balls, it's on license plates. It's everywhere. When they realized that they needed to lengthen the golf course years ago, they named the back tees the Cowboy tees, naturally. They're really long. And as far as the best amateurs in the world go, the sign near the first tee tells you the distance to two different, pretty distinct places, the Masters and the NCAA tournament host city. The clubhouse is really this gigantic shrine of Oklahoma State golf achievements. You've got NCAA tournaments, you've got Big 12 championships, you've got this all-American wall that you really need to use the panoramic function on your phone just to capture all of it. There are that many All-Americans that played golf at Oklahoma State. We were hanging out with Victor Hovland, who naturally loves this place, and you can understand why. I mean, he's one of the best drivers of the golf ball on the planet. And he told me straight up, he's like, look, if you want to succeed out here, if you want to learn to play this golf course, you need to play straight balls. You need to hit the ball straight. And yeah, we learned that pretty quickly. My colleague Josh Sens and I found out that the rough, a lot of courses you can hit into the trees and you can punch out. You really can't do that at Karsten Creek. You can't really punch it out. It's kind of more like hack it out.
Feel like that.
The essence of that difficulty, though, is that this is the playground on which some of the best amateurs in the world become some of the best players in the world. Like, you have to work the ball both ways at this golf course in order to shoot even or below par. The best holes on the course really are probably the par threes. The one-shotters out there are so tough. The fourth hole, it actually offers 10 different tee boxes for all kinds of angles. The 11th hole was hands down my favorite. It's just so good. The part of Stillwater Creek weaves around the tee box, which from the tee box you kind of feel like you're hitting down this chute, and I guess you kind of are. But from the green, it's way more open, both sides, but especially to the right. The green is tiered too, and basically the back side of it is this upper plateau, which is where they stuck the pin that day. Just brutally tough. But that's kind of the point, right? This course is tough. It has hosted the NCAA tournament. It hosts the regionals all the time. It hosts college events. It's so difficult. It's 74-50 from the backs. It's basically a PGA Tour course. That's kind of the idea. You become a scholarship golfer at Oklahoma State, you're kind of destined to at least play professional golf and maybe play the PGA Tour. Overall, it's just an unrelenting challenge that culminates in the last two beautiful holes that wrap around the Stillwater Creek Reservoir. 17 is this forced carry par 4 with water left and trouble right, maybe the toughest hole on the property. And 18 is another forced carry par 5 with water left the entire way. You think you can make a birdie. It's not that easy, folks. You play these holes in even par and you've done a really good job. Of course, Mr. Hovland did that countless times when he was a student athlete here at OSU. he still lives and practices out there at Karsten Creek, and you can't really blame him, right? He holds the course record of 62. Good luck keeping up with that.